Hello folks, welcome to another anime video. And yeah, I need to start uploading all the videos that I made. Of course I gotta edit them. And of course I gotta edit them to where YouTube won't block it because of a copyright. So I'm probably gonna do so I'm probably gonna mirror or start a anime channel on BitChute where I don't have to worry about the YouTube politics. So today I'm gonna talk about Overlord. It was in my suggested viewing list. Never heard of it, uh, but I do like it. It came out in 2015. So basically, this one is kind of a different take on the "You've Been Summoned to a Fantasy World" anime. So basically, this is based in the year 2156, where technology, they call it MMORPG, and yeah, there are a few, and I'll probably do a review on those too. And there are a few other ones where it's 50 years to the future, it's 100 years to the future, and they got fully immersed MMOs, RPGs, and I do like those anime because number one, I can relate. And of course you have the animes where the person is pulled into a fantasy world, and this fantasy world is kind of based loosely on MMORPGs, so I can relate to those too because I've been playing MMOs for 20 years now. The first one that I really played serious was of course WoW. Yes, I was in a guild where going way back in the day. They call it Vanilla WoW, where we did the 40-man molten core raids. Yeah, trying to get 40 people together and get 40 people together, get 40 people to log into a chat. And yes, and the chat is a third-party software that you got to use. The popular one today is of course Discord. Yes, you can imagine getting 40 people to get to molten core. That was a chore in itself. Getting 40 people to log into the chat server. The problem with the raid. The problem with the raid is that if the main tank, who's normally the main tank, if the main tank or the main healer, and normally those guys are either the GM of the guild or they're like a guild leader. So if a main tank or a main healer doesn't show up, the raid doesn't go. Because if the main tank dies, normally you have a few healers on the main tank and off tank. But if they don't show up, or if the main healer don't show up, the raid's called off. Yeah, that and Black Rock Spire, 40-man raids. They were fun, and then of course the WoW came out with their 10-man dungeons, 20-man dungeons. I haven't played the last time I played WoW was when they released Pandora, or the Myth of Pandora. That was the last time I played. I got my monk, my panda monk. Up to I forgot what the cap was back then, but I got him the cap, got him geared up. The guild disbanded that I was in for like 6 years. Yes, I was in the guild for like 6 years. They disbanded. I didn't bother. At that point, I played solo. Of course, I kept my contacts and stuff, and every now and then would go into a dungeon with buddies. But other than that, after that, I just kind of lost interest. Like, okay, I'm done. Let's see what else is out there. And I'm always looking for doing beta testing for new MMOs that's coming out. I've probably done about 5 to 10 beta testing for MMOs. I enjoy it. And of course, you know, it's you got to give them feedback and stuff like that. But that's easy. You know, you'll get when you're doing your beta testing, you get pop up, hey, how did you like this? You know, you can type in a comment. You can just click on 1 through 5. I like this a lot, or this is crappy, or you just, you know, click on 3 stars instead of 5 stars. So, anyways, back to Overlord. The MMO, which is called TGG Sigdun or something like that. I don't know. It's like SGGD something. I should remember. I just got through watching this pretty recently. So anyway, the MMO is shutting down, and episode 1 is the or MC. Of course, he's an undead lich, and he decides to log in. It's the last day. He's like, screw it, I'm going to stay to the very end till the server shuts down. And it shows the clock, you know, counting down 10, 9, or down to 0. Nothing happens. Then that clock counts back up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's like, what's going on? You know, how come the game isn't shut down? So basically, he's been summoned to a fantasy land, basically. Now, of course, you know, of course, I always like to go read comments, read on forums. And a lot of people say, "Oh man, this anime is no fun because the MC's OP." Well, if you ever played an MMO, you understand why he's OP. He's I guess in that particular game, the level cap is 100. He's gotten to level 100. He's gotten in-game gear, and as a matter of fact, some of the gear he's got legendary gears. So it's like, you know, basic legendary gear is that one person per server gets it. It's like you so if you get a legendary drop, that's it. That's just you. It's one. It's like 1 drop per server. Yeah, and I remember while people boasting, look at this, you know, I got this legendary drop. It's like, good for you. Now eBay it. Oh yeah, I'm not going to get into WoW and eBaying WoW items and characters. Yeah, so that will explain why he's so OP. And on top of that, the area that he's in, I would say is the area that his castle. It's so basically in this MMO, you and your guild can create a guild castle. So but the area that he's in, he's not familiar with. He's like, hey, I'm not familiar with this area where the castle landed. And to me, the area that he's in is comparable to like the starting area or the next 1 or 2 area after the starting area, where mobs are very weak. So if you play WoW and you go back to what's that place? Crossroads. If you go to the city Crossroads, or if you go to Wailing Cavern, you know, if you're a level 100, I don't know what the cap is now on WoW, but last I checked, I think the cap was like 110 on WoW. So if you take your level 110 Warlock, which is what I think level 90 is where I quit, because I think Myth of Pandora, the cap was raised to level 90. So I got my Warlock. So again, I can kind of, well, hey, that dragon beetle's back. A tiger beetle. I like the tiger beetle because he cleans up all of the dead bugs out on the porch. So I can relate because my main character was the Warlock, which is an undead character. Yeah, so if you take your level 110 Warlock to like Wailing Caverns, or to I think what's it, something Plains, where the city Crossroad is. Yeah, so basically, if you take your level 110 to Wailing Caverns, and I did that too. I went there mainly to farm gear for my lower level characters, or to farm gear to put on the auction house. And yes, you're literally blowing things up, even the bosses. Yeah, looks like the neighbors went inside. So, so that's literally what he's doing. He's literally blowing things up. It's kind of like, you know, going to the starter area and just using your basic attack, and you're blowing things up. So it has 3 seasons, and I guess when I cover these animes, I'll try to cover these I guess things that people are interested in. Like, is there romance? No, there's not a romance. There's no romance. There's no. Yeah, I guess there is a harem, but again, there's a harem, but no romance. No loudmouth bitch. He doesn't really have a bro, because I know in some anime, the MC may have a bro. They may seem a little bit close, but it's not a bromance. It's just bros. Now in this MMO, each character gets to create a companion, and the companion creation is almost like a character creation. You can customize, you know, what class of companion you want, how they look, you know, things like that. So all of the companions from his guildmates, who of course all quit because the game was being shut down, they all pledge loyalty to him. So he has all of about this. There's one. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has about 10. But 5. Yeah, I think 5 of them are like the main companions. I guess that he has, and they're super duper strong too. Because I guess in this anime, the companion, the level of the companion is close to the level of the of the master. And yeah, there's 3 seasons. Don't bother watching any of the OVAs. The OVAs are based on he has this group of battle maids called the Platus, and there's about, I think, 4 or 5 OVAs, and they're all and it's all and it's all based on those battle maids, and it's done in the chibi format, which is the small cute anime. I tried watching one, like, okay, I'm done with this. There's 2 movies. Both of them, movie 1 and movie 2, are just recaps. Movie 1 is a recap of season 1. Movie 2 is a recap of season 2. I think season 2. And I'm hoping they come out with a season, because season 3 came out in 2017. So I'm hoping they come out either with an actual movie or an OVA that kind of extend the story, or close it out, or come up with the season 4. But you know, this is 2020. You know, we got coronavirus, so some people are saying, hey, you know, a season 4 is going to come out at the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. And of course, this anime has these weird fantasy names. His name is Ains, Ains, Ains Ools Gown, Ools Gown. And no, I wouldn't have come up with a goofy name like that. That sounds like a name that's like random generated name. And of course, in the anime, he also, of course, his goal, and I guess that's why it ended on season 3, because his goal was to get his name out there, and also to establish his own kingdom. But yeah, spoiler alert. So at the end of season 3, his name does get out there, and he does establish his own kingdom. So I guess I guess there probably won't be a season 4. The only thing we can really hope for is like a movie 3 or some sort of OVA that comes out. Because what he does is that he also has He also goes out and disguises himself as an adventurer named Manos or Mumans. Damn it, Monons is is his adventures when he disguises himself as an adventurer. Blah, stuttering. It does have a lot of comedy. And again, if you play MMO, then you can relate. You'll probably like the anime. If you don't play MMO, then you're probably like, no thanks. I don't. Yeah, that's Ash is sticking on that pretty darn good. Yes, if you're underage, you're watching this. If you don't smoke until you get old enough. Of course, he is a Lich King, an undead king. So his face is a skeleton, and he's got these big old horns coming out the side of his head. I guess I'll cover this too. Of course, the drawing, the animation is good. They do mix in some CGI, especially like the large battle scenes, because I think in season 3 they have a large battle scene. Weird names that can probably make you chuckle. There's a character named Climb, yeah, Climb. So it's a character named Climb. There's another character named, damn, I forgot, something Lulu. When you hear it, you kind of chuckle yourself. Damn, I forgot. It's basically, it's a female lizard character. And, damn, I forgot her name. I'll put it here, and I'll remember it. It's something Lulu, and I heard I kind of chuckle. I was like, Lulu. Damn, I forgot it was, anyways, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of weird names that's in this anime, and some of them just long drawn out names that you have a hard time remembering because it's so long drawn out. He does have a succubus that is madly in love with him. Damn, I forgot his name is. Gladian, it's Gled, I think Aean or Dan. Ah, damn it. I should write all this down. I'm trying to do it from memory. So basically, before, what's funny is I don't think he's, and if you do watch it, pay attention and see if because I don't think he actually himself actually created any companions. Because what's funny is that before the server shuts down, he grabs the template for the succubus, and I guess it's one of his guildmates that created the succubus. Now at the very end, I guess it had an input that says that she's very mean, and so what he did is he erased that out, and he put is madly in love with Ainz, and then he hit enter. And then 10 seconds later, the server shuts down, and then he gets summoned to the fantasy world. Now that I think about it, I don't think he actually created any companion, because like I said, there's about 5 main companions in anime. There's a whole bunch of other support character that is in the castle. So I don't think, and I tried figuring out, okay, which one of these companions did he create? I know he didn't create the succubus character, because that was one of his guildmates that created her. And I think if anyone he created would probably be the vampire girl. I could be wrong, but definitely check out Overlord. So if you're going to binge watch it, there is 3 seasons. I believe there's like 13 episodes per season. So you might be able to binge. Well, you should be able to binge watch one a day. Hey doggy. And and if you do, pay attention for me. I guess see if you can figure out which one of the companions that Ainz created. And I won't go into too much detail, but yes. So So if you're one of those folks who don't like CGI in anime, this one uses it sparingly. Again, they only use CGI in like the large battle scenes where, like, there's 100,000 soldiers on the field. I myself don't really have. I prefer not to watch a 100% CGI based anime, only because CGI is clunky. It's not as smooth as hand drawn animation. I tried watching some. I was like, okay, I gotta give up, man. The movement is not smooth, unlike hand drawn animation. But if you use it, you mix it, kind of like what they did in Overlord. That's okay. Use it where it's needed. I can see I can see that it's kind of hard to draw 100,000 soldiers on a field, to where you can just take CGI, cut and paste. Cut and paste 10,000 here, and you're done. Yes, there are mythical creatures, goblins and ogres and dragons and elves. They have everything. They have the vampire girl, the succubus. Of course, throughout Overlord, he tries to find if there are any other human players, and at the very end, he couldn't find any. So I'm hoping, like I say, if they make a movie 3 or a 6th or 7th OVA, maybe make one to where he does run into somebody who, because I hate to think about it, where the game shuts down and he's the only person that's logged in till the very end. Because believe me, if the game shuts down, there are going to be lots of people still logged in until the server shuts off. Now, I kind of had the similar experience with Warhammer Online, and yeah, I knew which day and date they were going to shut the servers down. But of course, I was one of those folks that weren't logged in. I thought about logging in, and yes, I beta tested Warhammer Online. I like that game, but it was just too hectic. Spells either wouldn't cast, or spells would delay cast. For PvP, there was huge class imbalance. There were also huge, what you call that, faction imbalance, because the game had factions. What is that? I guess I'll say humans, and then in Warhammer Online, the human faction was hugely outnumbered by folks playing on the. I'll just call it the dark side. I forgot what it's called. It's been a while. So yes, there was a huge faction imbalance. So if there was like some sort of a world PvP, even if the numbers started off even, eventually the humans would get outnumbered and just get crushed. Now, is Warhammer Online ever going to come back? I don't think so. There is a private. So if you played Warhammer Online and you kind of bored, there is a private server that you can. It's very, very slow, very clunky. But if you're like, man, I gotta play Warhammer Online again, you can get onto the private server that someone decided to set up. And it is a private server, so don't expect any GM tickets you can put in for lost items and things like that. But anyways, I'll cut it here. Definitely check out Overlord if you're into the MMO or fantasy-based animes. And if you are, you'll enjoy it. If you're not, you may not enjoy it. But definitely check it out. Yes, the MC is OP. He blows things up left and right, and he really doesn't have any he doesn't really have any main foe that fights him. Like I say, because technically he is the Demon King, basically. So that's what I'm trying to say. So he's not going to go and kill himself. Yeah, he basically comes in, he is the Demon King. Alright, that's it. Thank you guys. And yeah, if you're old enough, yeah, definitely try a cigar. If you're old enough to smoke. If you're not, don't. And yeah, I don't have any alcohol today. It's a little bit hot outside. I won't be out here drinking alcohol in this hot heat. And well, until the next video, keep enjoying anime. Like myself, I've been watching anime since I was a kid, and I continue to enjoy it as an adult. And yeah, and if you look, actually, yeah, I forgot to add. And if you're looking for one who was not a 15-year-old kid saving the world, yeah, this one's not a 15-year-old kid. This guy is actually an adult. He is actually he's actually an office worker, because he mentioned a few times, like, man, I work in an office. I don't know anything about running an empire. So I don't know anything about running a castle. No, I work in an office. So yeah, this one is not a 15-year-old kid saves the world. It is actually an adult who's an office worker who happens to also like MMORPGs, and he gets summoned to the I guess the MMO's fantasy world. And well, that's it. Thank you guys.